Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a full review and testing out all of Kim K's new stuff that she has brought out. We have concealer, lipstick, baking powder, brightening powder, and the eyeshadow palette in collaboration with Makeup by Mario. This is absolutely stunning. And I seriously hope I like it because I love the colors in it and I love this blue. I just don't know what look to do. I'm looking at these and I'm looking at this and I'm looking at this. I don't know what to do. I really want to do like a blue smoky eye. I know everyone's been doing that, but I just want to give it a whirl and see what happens. If you enjoy this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and let's get straight into it. Alright guys, so I'm going to start off with using the concealer now. The shade that I got is the shade number 3. I'm going to use this as my eyeshadow base today because normally when brands come out with like a concealer and an eyeshadow palette, they should work together. So I'm going to give this a whirl. So it comes in this little tiny thingamajiggy bob like that. I'm just going to pop some onto the back of my hand. I'm just going to take a flat brush. Why is there a fucking bug in here? And I'm going to... Ooh. So the coverage so far is lit, but I'll be able to tell more when I do underneath my eyes. Okay, I'm just going to drag the remaining into my lid as per usual. I'm really liking this coverage. So far, so good. Just gonna blend this out with my beauty blender. Nice. Now, rather than going in with a powder or anything, I'm just gonna go straight in it with the eyeshadow palette. I'm just gonna take this cream colored shade and I'm just gonna pop this all over where I've put the concealer. See this little red mark under here? That concealer's covered it. The only concealer that's ever covered that fully is the Tarte Shape Tape. So the coverage on this is so good. So far, so good, dude. The first shade I'm going to go in with is this brown transition-y sort of color, you know? And I'm going to start by popping this into my outer V. That blended really easy. There's not much fallout in the palette either. I want this to be like a really dark, like intense smoky eye with the blue. So I'm gonna be absolute caking this shit on. Oh my god, you guys, my battery's literally about to die and my other one's dead. I need to go and charge these things and I'll be back. Just gonna keep unpacking on this brown. It's blending so well. So well, like that's blended out perfectly. Wow. Okay, so while my camera battery was charging a little bit more, I got a little bit carried away and did this eye. So impressed. Now, let me show you guys how I did it. Super easy, super blendable, and super easy to work with. I'm so impressed with this palette. So far, so good, too. So after doing that brown shade, I then went in with this warmer shade here. And I literally, Kim, you're being so rude. I just went in with this shade on this fluffy brush and I just started building it up through my crease. And like they literally pack on, like, you know when eyeshadow palettes, they don't pack onto each other the way they should, like they kind of blend away. I fucking hate that. These don't do that, thank fuck. So these are like perfect. Oh my god, so good. Like that's just blended out so well. Can you see that? I'm just gonna take that brush that I used before and just blend out that edge there. Okay, then I'm gonna take this gray tone. Now, this kind of looks like really cool tone and like gray, but it actually comes off kind of black on the eye, which I like. So I'm just gonna go ahead, pop that in my outer V. Like, they blend so well. Like, this is so easy. And I'm just gonna bring that up through my crease slightly. Once I've got that sitting there, I'm just gonna go back in with this brush and a little bit more of that warm shade. Tap off the shit that you don't need, dill. And then I'm gonna just blend over those edges to make sure it's all nice and seamless as fuck. I feel like this is gonna be my new like go-to palette. Like I love changing up my makeup, but this is like so easy. Like I'm so impressed. Okay, that was super easy to do. Now, going in with the blue shade, I did try it on this eye without Fix Plus, and like with all shimmery shades, it just doesn't work that very well. So I'm just going to lather up my brush with that blue color. It's so stunning. And I'm just gonna spray my brush with a little bit of the MAC Coconut Fix Plus there. And just go straight up on in here. Packing it all over my entire lid. Literally just going to town. And the color payoff is so good. Okay, now I'm just gonna take this brush again and just kind of slightly blend over the edges of the blue. I'm just gonna take a little bit of blue on this brush here, this fluffy brush. This blue kind of blends really nicely as well, so you can like buff it into your mattes, which is good. It's not like a wet consistency, it's like blendable, do you know what I mean? Just gonna fix up this eye a little bit as well. Bring up that blue a little bit higher. There we go. Now in the blending process, I did lose some of the blue, so I'm just gonna go and pack more of this straight back over the top. Cool. Now to spice it up a little bit more, I'm just gonna take some of this really shimmery, like white shade, and I'm just gonna pop that in the center of the lid, just to like brighten it up a little bit. And kind of just blend the edges slightly. I'm gonna need some Fix Plus. There it is. Then the exact same thing on this side, just popping it in the center. Then just taking a little bit more blue on that same brush, just over the outer edges. Cool, I'm happy with that. Now I didn't even get that much fallout, which is really good. I literally got the tiniest bit of fallout with all of the eyeshadows. Like this is from the whole eye look. Like there's no fallout whatsoever on the brown shades or anything. So that's fantastic. I'm just going to quickly go ahead and do my foundation, and then we can move into the concealer and the powder and the lipstick and everything like that. Okay, so foundation is all done for those who want to know what I used. I just used the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer in the shade 5 Fair. Now, moving on to concealer, I'm going to be taking the KKW concealer in the shade number 3, and I'm going to go ahead and conceal my T-zone area first, blend that out before I do my under eyes. So, just to brighten up the inner part of the face still. And I'm just going to blend this out with my Beauty Blender. I really like this concealer. It's actually so nice. Holy shit. Now, this is going to be the part where we're going to find out if this works well under the eyes. So I'm just going to go ahead and might just do that much. Like that's a little bit for me. Put down here too. Why not? So I'm just going to go in with my Beauty Blender. It's like a really light, like it feels like there's nothing going on under my eyes, as though Shape Tape is really like intense and you can definitely feel that you've got a fuck ton of concealer on. But with this, it's like super light and it looks really good. It covers well. Alright, so I'm super impressed with this concealer. So far so good, Dill. Now, to bake, I'm going to be taking the baking powder. This is in the shade number 1. So, actually just going to add a little bit more under here. I just want a little bit more coverage on this look, you know? It's super light, but it's really good coverage. Perfect. Okay, so now I've got my baking powder ready. I managed to get that seal off with a pair of tweezers. So I've just tipped out a shit ton into the lid of this, and I'm just going to go in with my damp Beauty Blender. And I'm just going to go ahead and bake. So I'm packing quite a large amount on, because this is meant for baking. I'm also just going to run it all over my nose like I always do. And my chin. Cupid's bow. And then my forehead as well. I'm just going to quickly set the rest of my face with the Australis Fresh and Flawless Pressed Powder. Okay, now why I've got that baking powder under here, I want to do the bottom of my eyes. And I literally just want to go in with that blue and smoke it the fuck down and then put something in my waterline rather than doing browns and being boring like I always am. So I'm literally just going to take, oh, it's got a mirror. I didn't even realize that. Perfect. I'm just going to take the blue shade from the palette and I'm just going to go in. The thing I love about this blue eyeshadow is it's got a shimmery part in it, but then it's got like a matte blue in it as well that like blends out really nicely. Taking the next product, I'm going to be taking the brightening powder. Okay, so going in with this brightening powder in the shade number 1, I'm just going to take it on this brush here. I'll give you guys my final thoughts at the end of the video. I'm just going to go ahead and do everything else on my face and then we can do lips and then I'll be back with my final thoughts. Okay, so lashes and everything is now on. For anyone who's interested, I'm going to be leaving all the products that I used on my face down below. This is a review on Kim's shit only. That's why I didn't put everything else in. So you guys get the gist. I'll be leaving everything else down below. Okay, so moving on to lips, we have 3 different things. The fuck? I have no idea what this is. Oh, that's a gloss. Okay. So the lipstick that I got is Classic K, so it's a nude. I'm not going to do lip liner or anything because when I do lip liner, my lips just look fucking ridiculous. Ooh, creamy. So I really like the color. This is kind of like a warm, I think it's got warm undertones in it. Not too sure. Anyway, that's really nice. It doesn't feel too sticky or anything like that. Anyway, I'm just going to go over the top with the Juicy gloss. It's like a peach color. Okay guys, so this brings us to the end of today's video. I'm super impressed with this eyeshadow palette. I actually fucking love it. I love the lipstick, I love the gloss, and yeah. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a massive thumbs up. I love you guys, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye! Fucking see ya! Ew!